All right, I am back. Fuel pump finally came in. Seems legit. Comes with 2 gaskets as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing mocked up, make sure it fits. Make sure it rides on the camshaft real nicely. So, go ahead and get this thing mocked up real quick and see how it fits. Alright, so I just mocked it up and everything seems to fit properly. So I'm just gonna get these gaskets lined up. And then this little shim came stock with the motor. Seems to be in good shape. Just put that between the 2 gaskets. And then you put this guy on. And then usually if you pre-install the bolts, it'll kind of help line everything up. So there's one. And there's alright, there's 2. Go ahead and put it in. Don't tighten these down too much, just get them snug. Alright, torque to snug foot-pounds. This one goes on. Looks like this one's a different size, but hopefully the fuel line will still fit, which it looks like it might be a little tight, but that's how we like it. Perfect. And there's a little arrow shows the flow going this way, so this side goes to the tank, this side goes to the carburetor. So we're on the right track. I want the hose clamps to face the same direction because I'm weird like that. Alright, everything's tight. It's nice to see a brand new pump on there. Alright, what's next? Throttle cable. First things first, let me get these plug wires back in. I keep forgetting about that adapter cap. This one's gonna have a hard time staying on. As long as it sparks, all that matters. But I do need to get that coming though. Alright. Next order of business is the throttle cable. I ordered a make it yourself throttle cable, 18 feet, and I'm probably going to use all of it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this linkage, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I got. So it comes with the sheeting and the cable itself. So I'm going to go ahead and get the cable ran through the sheeting, then I'm going to run it through the boat, get everything loosely installed, and it comes with the M pieces. I need a custom M piece for this side where the gas pedal goes, so I have that now. I'm gonna go ahead and get that put on, but I think everything is just friction fit and all that. So yeah, we'll see how easy this is to install. Never installed one of these before, but let's go ahead and get to it. All right, got the throttle cable ran all the way under the boat. Ran it up here neatly, have it looped around. I haven't cut the excess off yet, but I'm still in the process of trying to find a mounting location for the throttle cable holder. Now I'm going to use this bolt right here. There was a Heim joint there, but I no longer need the Heim joint. So I got this throttle retainer bracket that I bought a while back. I'm trying to find a way to mock it up. And there are a little bit of interference issues. Doesn't quite want to line up. The cable's way out there, and you see the throttle plates right here. And then I try turning it around, and it hits the cooling tubes over here. So probably what I'm going to end up doing is running a giant spacer on this. And I need to find a way to mount this to where it's flush with the throttle plate here. And it looks like that's about my best bet. So these holes right here, I won't need at all. So I'm just go ahead and cut these off and drill a fresh hole straight into the plate here. And that should put it where I pretty much need it to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and clean it up, drill a hole, and hopefully that should do what we need to do. All right, got the throttle cable hooked up. All right, got the throttle cable installed on this side. So we know this side's done. Come over here. Got the bracket cut. That's gotta get a bolt and spacer for it. And also, this is the linkage arm that goes on the carburetor. Had to do a little bit of modification work to it. So I took a washer, same size as this one, cut it in half. And that's what is inside of here. That's what gave him a space. There was a washer inside of there, and then the weld melted it. And then I welded another washer on top of it, and that's what gave me my double eyelet, basically. And I've notched this out so that I can feed the cable through. So let me go ahead and demonstrate here. So we got it, goes in like that. Kind of tricky to do one-handed. Then spin it around. And there we go. We have a working throttle linkage. So now we can get it hooked up to the gas pedal. All right, and then we got this retaining washer. We do need this retaining washer. It holds this bolt, keeps it from backing out. All right, I'm gonna get that tightened up. All right, we are almost done here. The only thing left now, is this guy right here. Hopefully it'll adjust right, but we'll see. All right, I'll keep messing with it. All right, last but not least, I need to check the gear oil in this thing, if it even has any. Yeah, it's got some. It's pretty clean too. I'm gonna go ahead and top it off. All right, so the fill plug is up top on these. This little screw right here, Volvo Penta 270. And it comes with a built-in dip, which is kind of cool. As you can see, dry as a bone. So we're gonna go ahead and top it off. I got me some of this stuff. Came with the boat actually when I bought it a few years ago. Full synthetic. I don't know if it takes this kind of stuff, but gear oil is gear oil. Hopefully this stuff's still good. All right, she's full. Now we can go ahead and get this tightened back up, and we'll take it up front, hook it up to the hose, and see if the impeller works, and just test everything before taking on the water. Looks like there's a storm coming in. probably won't do it today. Yep, it's coming. I feel blown right this way. That sucks. Check the radar. It's supposed to rain in about 20 minutes. I might wait it out. Not sure. Plus, I got a bunch of shit in the back of the truck, and I don't want getting wet. All this stuff. Got my boat cleaned up. I'm just gonna go through all this stuff later. And my welder. I don't want that getting wet. I'm pretty good. Works. Goes in both gears. It's neutral. There's some water coming out of the exhaust, but not as much as I'd like. I don't think the thermostat has opened yet. Tack doesn't work. Alternator works. Barely. Let's see if it starts up again. Oh yeah. Freaking hole in the hose. Oh, the earmuffs came off. Whoops. Yeah, that hole in the hose doesn't help. And I need to get that oil washed out. I'm not sure what's leaking. I think it's just residual I had in there. That's a lot of oil. Not sure what's dripping. Might be the filter. Found the leak. I think it's leaking out of this fuel pump. But I need to get that fixed. Is it leaking out of the fuel pump? I guess it is. Alright, got the surface all brushed off and sanded nice and smooth. Hopefully that should help. I think there's just too much crud on it. Put the gasket back on. Brand new gasket. Hopefully it's still good. I went like that a ways. Yeah. Get that put on real quick. Alright, fuel pump's put back on. I actually had the pump side gasket on backwards as well. So, silly me. But it's back in place now. So I think we should be good. See if it leaks again. I don't think I'm going to start this thing back up because I need to have it in the water. And I don't know what temp this thing's running at. Right at 150. Alright, I actually made it to the lake. It's 8 o'clock at night. It's getting dark quick, so got to make this fast. It's real quick. So my tack wasn't working. Turns out I had the tack signal on the wrong side of the coil. I had on the positive, not the negative. The negative side is the side that pulses with the distributor, and that's what gives you your signal. So got that fixed. Seems pretty dry under here. The boat is floating. I didn't back it in all the way. I just want to see if the impeller is going to work. So we are in. The outdrive is in the water. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing tested out. See what we got. Tack is in fact working. I don't know how accurate it is. I'm gonna go ahead and take that hose off and see if it's pumping. Alright guys, so the impeller's not working. Now, I thought the end of the hose wasn't connected, but I decided to put my lips on there, started sucking, and yeah, water did start coming through, but the impeller's not sucking it through. All right, so here's the orientation of it. You can see the extra casting where the water goes in and out. You can see here the imprint of it. And look at here, up, well, JP. So it spins that way, JP. I don't know what JP means. From the angle I was at, it looked like it said up, but when I bought it, it was like this. So I'm gonna flip it 180 to where it's facing supposedly the correct way, and the screw, I believe, faces the top as well. So, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this back on and see if that does any better. All right, see if it pumps now. Maybe it has to be running. All right, put the coil wire back on. Alternator's charging. Man, I don't know. I'm out of ideas. I don't know if you guys see that. There's a sheen in the water. Whatever. Kind of spooky here at night, but kind of peaceful at the same time. I'll have to come back and do this another day. Probably shouldn't have done this late. But yeah, it's not, the impeller's not sucking. I need to figure out why. But, all right, I'll keep you guys posted. All right, guys, back at the boat. Got the impeller put in. I left that side out just to make sure, to know for certain that the impeller's doing its job. So I just bypassed the outdrive, ran straight to a hose, and I'm just gonna see if it works from there. And then after that, I'll go ahead and get the earmuffs hooked up and I'll run it longer. But right now, I'm just gonna start it briefly. I haven't started this thing yet. I wanna see how hard it is to start. Oh, first things first. First things first, connect the battery. All right, battery should be on. Horn. No? Horn doesn't work? Wasn't that fun? All right, horn light is on. Yep, horn works. All right. Gonna pump the pedal once. Let the choke do its thing. All right. Fuck, always something. All right, I think my brand new starter's going out, but got it working, so we'll see. works really good. That's good news. All right, get everything hooked up. That starter is very questionable. It'll crank fast, it'll crank slow. I think starter's going bad. I don't know why. Usually if your rear main seal's leaking, oil will get all inside your starter and ruin it. But I haven't had this thing going long enough for it to do that, so. But I think I am leaking oil a little bit in the back here. I just gotta find out where. Probably rear main seal, of course. Yeah, let me get all this buttoned up and then get the earmuffs hooked up. Alright, so the impeller is doing its thing. So we know that's good. The only way to really test is to take it to the lake. Those earmuffs, they are not cutting it. I'm gonna have to get me the square ones. They seal a lot better. But I don't know about you guys, but it is time to get these seats cleaned up. Get this thing ready for the water, even though it's September and it's about to go dormant. But I did the front two seats already. They look a lot nicer. I mean, I could probably spend a little more time on them, but I'll do that at a later date. But, yes, starting to take shape in here. So we'll let these dry off, and then I'll go ahead and get started on these other seats. I'll probably do the helm last. And then I need to wash the walls off. Then I'll do the outside. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, whole seat's been cleaned off. Definitely a world of difference. Looks really good. Got some room for improvement, but that'll be a family project. Yeah, whatever. Did the outside. Did the inside of the fence. The outside. I need to paint this. This is the other side. Definitely a world of difference. Looks a lot better. I was definitely due for it. This is the back. Diamond plate's all nice and shiny. I can see myself again in it. Clean this off a little bit. So everything's ready to go. I was gonna take it out tonight, but it's 7:30 and it's getting dark. I don't want anything happening when it gets dark. Plus it'll give the interior of this thing a chance to dry. And I'll probably come back by tomorrow or the next day whenever I have time and take this thing out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait. All right, we are back. So I ended up getting me a new housing, one in better shape, because this one's got too many grooves and heat damage to it. Usually what will cause those grooves like that is running the engine while pulling up on the sand, and the sand gets inside here and ruins these things. It's a very common thing that people do. But so even with the impeller in there, it wouldn't work. Got a new cam plate, which I will save this for the future, but yeah, I will not be using that. I'll be using this guy right here. Seems to be in much better shape. So I'm gonna see what this one has to offer. So yeah, I took the impeller that came in and out already, and this one says Volvo Penta on it, which is kind of crazy. But I was gonna go ahead and put one of these guys back in there, and it should work perfectly fine. Both of these are brand new. I'll keep them both just for some extra parts. But yeah, this new one also came with a new key shaft. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one because it's also in better shape, and we'll go ahead and get rolling and see how it works. All right, got the inside all greased up, got the shaft greased up as well. Go ahead and feed it inside. So it spins counterclockwise, so I gotta bend the fins this way. Gonna put some grease on this just to help it prime. All right, that's good. All right, got the water running. Time to test the impeller. Pump pedal a couple times. fact working now. He's got to give it a minute. Sweet. Now my engine bay's soaked. But it's a boat, right? That's what it's made for. Get this hose back on. I might even take it out today. Water's a little rough. But we'll see. And it's raining. But I'm just gonna test it. See if it hangs in there. Here we go. We're moving. It's awesome. It's forward. What the hell? Need gas soon. Hopefully I can make it. Okay, so it is full, but it only goes up to half the tank. So just the sending unit needs to be adjusted, not that big of a deal. And also this, sometimes it catches. It likes to jump out of gear. Like right now, it's not going anywhere. That's reverse. Okay, now it engaged. So I gotta adjust that too. Just little things, but it's holding up pretty good. This thing's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back and hope for the best. Like a glove. Alright, so all in all, how to do? Did really good. This cooling pipe here is looking like a sieve, so I gotta fix that. That's why it's soaking wet under here. And other than that, the motor did pretty good. Topped out about 20, which isn't bad, isn't great either. I was hoping to do at least 30, but there is a lot of plow back here. I might have to add a third tune, but I want to make this thing a quad tune. I want to put 2 pontoons in the center, but I gotta find the right size and for a good deal. So until then, I'll just roll this for now. Fuel gauge needs to be fixed. It works, but it just needs to be adjusted. I could even do that now, honestly. But and the gear shifter, I need to fix that as well. But yeah, I think today was a very successful day. I'm really happy I was able to come out here. So this is the furthest I've been in a while. I haven't taken this thing out in over 3 years. So definitely a huge milestone for sure. So I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. So if you guys like what you saw, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.